Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I've got the tutorial to do. It's gonna be the Stagecoach Beachful as that was voted on. So for this video you're gonna need to have this mod. It's a TPRAM ADL Enviro 400 MMC 10.9 meter standard rear destination, and you'll be here creating this livery with all the assets. It's based on 10405, which is a Stagecoach Stagecoach Manchester, bus. And I believe it's been out of service for a while, but it's still, doesn't really matter either way. Well, it's actually in a different livery. But that doesn't matter because it's only based on, and we'll see how it goes. So there's going to be a link in the description with this Google Drive, and you'll need the Photopea online photo editor. It's on any browser, so you just have to search out Photopea and you'll get it. So you're going to have to download all of these four, and let's open these three in Photopea. So here we are. We've got all three of them up there. That's tutorial PNG, that's the editable template with everything, and that's the logo. This is all we'll need, and yeah, it'll be all good. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So we can first get the background, and Control C, Control V it here, put it above the paint layer, and let's just keep it like that. I know, yes, it looks like you've already completed it, but we're going to help create it ourselves. So, we're going to, first we see that we have, let me just reduce the opacity, it's like 20%, let's put 20% there. So we're going to see the full size rear destination. But actually, it's a small one, so we're going to have to unhide it, and then and then make the small one visible. So, let's start with the front. So you can see from reference images and everything like that, there's like this two panels, and that one is that one's created. So we can open up the UV overlay, we can unhide the UV overlay, and we can create a orange band in that little thing. So you can use a UV overlay to create it. So we're gonna go onto here, this tool. It might be like pen tool first. You can start using a pen tool. We have to make a shape by up here, and we can change the color in a second or so. So let's start from this corner. We can go up. It just needs a kind of guide that line like that. When you can go to the center about there, and go back up here. As I say, it doesn't need to be perfect, so it's going to be... Let's do about there. No, wait. As I said, it doesn't need to be perfect, so it'll be all good. Go to center here again, and then go back. You can now change the tool by right-clicking this part, and then going to Curvature Pen. We can now add points to the shape by clicking, and we can drag this one to here where it says stop. But because it's curved, you're going to have to double click it to make it straight. There we go. But now that's a curve, so we're going to have to click here again and then create a curve that kind of matches that. So we can move that a bit closer. There we go. And that curve, just change it a little bit more. About there. You can even change the opacity to make it so you can see the line underneath. So you're just going to have to change that to all of the parts. So here, double click and drag it down. You kind of want to keep it with the line, but not. If you get too close, it just doesn't move it. You have to be like a bit shaken out, so you have that like move icon out. We can then click here again and then change the curve. Gonna do it about there. It's not looking right, you can always move that in or stuff like that. I can just have to do it on all the sides. There we go, and here again. You want it on the black, that part, and make a curvature line here. You can then increase the opacity and change the color. You can do that by either copying in the Stagecoach logo. You can click it, Control C, Control V in it, and then because that's behind, you can either drag it up to the front, or you can Control Shift and then the right square bracket, so that one, to bring it straight up to the top. You can then click that, change that, and go onto the shape icon, like the square rectangle icon, the fill, then color, and you can choose the color here. So you want to see the orange, and then click the orange there, and then press OK. See, now we've changed the color. So, because you can see, oh, it looks, you can see like over the thing, and you don't want to, it looks, if you remove the UV, it just looks bad, doesn't it? Because you're colouring over the black. So you're going to have to move that down below the panel bait. And then, look, it's on it. You can see, oh, maybe it's a bit, it's like going over the lines a little bit. So you can just change the angle of that. Maybe bring it in a bit. And there you go. Oh, maybe that's over a bit line there. But yeah, that looks good. That's what you have to do. So there's a blue part in that panel. Sorry. So you're going to have to go back onto the thing. I'd go back, right click and press the pen tool. You can then go here, click, then hold shift and click, and then it will create a straight line in the direction you're going. You can then, it doesn't even matter if you overlap it. It's all good because you're going to make it below the layer. So you can go there, then press shift, hold shift, and then click again, and you'll make a straight line. Down there, hold shift, and then click. So now you want to change this color to a dark blue. Unfortunately, there's no color that's the correct color. So you can unhide the background, and then click on the fill icon on the shape. Hold the click button, color button, and you can, with just holding on the color box, you can just click on the color and then press OK. As you see, it's just hiding the color now, so you're just gonna have to put it down below shape 1. Look at that. You've created the front, and you may see, oh, that's a bit, that's a bit over the line. So you can go back here, but because you can't, if you are using the normal pen tool, if you click on one of these points, you just break it. So you're just gonna have to right click, click the curvature pen, and go down here and move it. There we go. Now within the lines. So we're now going to unhide the background layer and create these lines. So by doing this, you can click here and then here. Click here, then double click. Oh no, sorry. Click here, and then double click that one to make a straight line. Click here, double click. And then make it a shape. There you go. So you can all just double click all these lines that can be straight. You might want to move one of those lines up to hide it. And you want to change the opacity so you can see what's underneath. You don't need to change your color just yet, but yeah. So you see, you can just try and guide the shape. Oh, that's a bit too, you can see it's a bit off because maybe it's not too close. So you can go here, now you can change it a bit more, you can like just click it and drag it around if you keep holding it to make the perfect shape. Doesn't need to be perfect, so you can do it like that. And you have to do the same here. Click on along the line and then just turn it around, maybe. You need to do that. Perfect. You can now unhide the background layer and then change the color by pressing Fill, Color, and then click on the blue. There we go. You can now put that below the shapes and then change the opacity to 100%. Perfect. Now unhide the background layer and you've got the blue part. To make the front, the logo, you can see on the reference photos it's like it should be centered with the Stagecoach logo. So to do that, you can either do the square select, which is here on the rectangle select, and you can click and drag the square to select it. Then you go back onto the cursor and you can move it around. You can also increase the size or decrease the size. We'll be using that a lot during this video. But what now? I just want to use an elliptical thing, so you can just the lasso select. So you can hold the mouse button and drag it around the beach ball and it will select it. You now go onto the cursor icon and you click again and you see it's selected. You want to make it like around the same size and maybe a bit smaller. And then to unselect it, you just click on the rectangle of the lasso and click again and it unselects it. So now, once you go onto the cursor, it's now a shape and you've just moved it. So you can make this a bit smaller to fit the reference. I know it looks pixelated, but if you click off of it, it should upscale itself. See? Perfect. If you want to add any fleet numbers now, you can do it with the Arial font I put in the thing. So this zip file, you're going to have to download it, then go onto the text icon, then press load font after clicking, and then download, and then click arial.zip and load it. So now you can go here and do the number. I'm going to do 10405. To change the color, you can just highlight it and then change the color here. To select a different font or any font, you can do Arial or Arial CE or anything, or any other font that's available to you if it's any other thing. They're a bit too far apart, so I want to press this text icon here, then change the tracking, which will decrease the space in between the letters. There we go. We see, oh, maybe it's a bit too big to fit in there, so you can smallen the size, and that'll be perfect. If that's not showing up for you, it might be that you have transform controls unselected, so you can just click on the icon and open transform controls. That's perfect. And now you can increase the size and decrease the size. That'll do for now. You can now pay attention to the backside. In reference images, the rear has no black part there, so how are you going to change that? So you can either look through the thing, so if we close that, oh no, the item is still there, so we can go here and see that it's actually on panel paint. To remove that black part, you can just rectangle select, go over it, and then press delete or backspace. And that will delete the point. So there we go, we have to unselect it, otherwise you're going to move it. So you have to go onto rectangle select, press select, and it unselects and then go back onto the cursor icon. So now we've deleted it. So we have to make the dark blue point underneath on these panels. So you can open up the UV overlay again and then create it. Now, because we've already selected the dark color, we can go onto shape and change the color here. As it's going to be straight for now, we can just press the pen, right click, press the pen tool, and create the rough shape for now. Then we can add the other details later. If you've unselected accidentally, you can just go back, click on the last anchor point, and then click again, if it doesn't lag. And now you can continue creating. This will just be a rough shape before we complete it all, because we'll add the curvature pen to make it perfect. And as I said before, you don't need it to be perfect, you just want to make it look good. Hold shift and you can make this thing. Hold shift again and make a straight line. Hold shift again. Maybe that's a bit too close. There we go. That's now your shape. You want to decrease the opacity. That's increasing, sorry. Decrease the opacity so you can see the layer below. You want to go right click, hold the curvature pen. And maybe double click that so you can make another straight. Then you double click it, make a straight line, and then you can click again and create a curvature line. Here, because you want to go there, double click it. Actually, stop. I didn't mean that. Double click here. That should be fine. Go over to this side, and then you have to change it over here. Just a bit of a curve there, and we can do a little bit of curve here. Remember, you have to be zoomed out enough so it looks, so you can select it rather than it just creating another point. So that looks okay. It doesn't need to be perfect, as I said before, so you can increase the opacity again, and then put it below the other shapes that you've grown. So shape under below shape 3. You can then hide the UV overlay, and look, you can see there's a problem there. It's white there. So you can click on shape 4, and then change the thing. You move it out. Holding on the curvature pen, you can just change it. There we go. That's perfect. Let's not mess anything up. The red is it's basically all red on the back, so you can hold the rectangle select. There's no red, so you want to bring back that logo. You can go here, select, Control C, Control V, then bring it up with a Control Shift and square bracket. You want to get that red, you can just get the rectangle select, go over the shape, over the rear. Doesn't matter that it's covering the entire thing, you can go press fill, then colour, then click on the red. Perfect. You then have to bring that down to the bottom, below shape 4, and that'll be done. That's perfect. However, the Stagecoach logo, if you want to Control C this and Control V it, the logo is white. There's multiple ways of fixing this. So first, you can either here go into the fill icon, change the color to white, and then fill in the color. While that is good, it looks blocky and more pixelated. Another way you can do this is by going to the rectangle select or lasso select and go over the Stagecoach logo. Control C and then Control V, then go back onto background copy, hold over Stagecoach and delete. Or press delete or press backspace on the background copy so you remove the Stagecoach logo. So if I remove the background copy, you just remove the beach ball. But layer 9 now has a logo, the letters. You can now go effects over here, color overlay, Then go to color picker, white, and that's more and less pixelated. So now you want to shift and select both hold shift and set both logos, both layers. You can then right click and press merge layers. Now you've got the layers. You've now changed the color without it losing any quality. But as I said before, the beach ball is like underneath a bit. So you're gonna have to center it by using the lasso key or the rectangle. So you can hold rectangle and then select it. Go into a cursor move tool and then move it to the center. That's perfect. You want to have it centered and maybe a bit down. That looks perfect. You can then go on back to rectangle select, press the left click and unselect it. You've now got yourself a logo. You can now just scale it down a little bit. And that's about perfect. So now we're going to have to create the beach ball main logo. So now you can unhide the background layer and let's copy it. So first to this part, it's just a red thing. So it's just a red rectangle. But it's a bit, maybe it's a bit high, so you're going to have to lower it down back below shape 4 maybe, or shape 5, or any other shapes, just so it merges to the layer. We're going to decrease the opacity of the background to 50%, and let's scale the copy. So go on to a pen tool, change colour to a light blue that you've already selected, and go here, select, click, hold shift, click again, shift again, shift, and then you can create it. See, it's only a straight line now, so you want to decrease the capacity of this so you can see what you're doing. You can go onto curvature pen by right clicking and click onto the line. You can then drag it by holding the click and then about there maybe. Maybe you want to drag this in a bit forwards. That's perfect. You can now increase the opacity of this. Then move it down below the layers so it's not covering any of the windows. That's perfect. You can repeat this over here. So right click back onto the pen tool. Hold shift while you're dragging yourself so it creates a straight line. And back here. And then create a shape. Go onto the curvature pen. Right click. You want to decrease the opacity so you can guide yourself. And you can then drag this to make it perfect. Increase the opacity and then bring it back down to where it was. Perfect. We're now like 70% way there, so we're nearly done. We can make the dark blue, the bottom panel, and you can just create a rectangle and just drag. You want to have it about the same size, about there. You see it's just covering the entire thing, so you're just going to drag it back down below. You're going to do it on the other side as well. You can move your thing by holding Control scroll wheel, Shift scroll wheel, or Alt scroll wheel, which will either zoom in with Alt, Shift will be up and down, and then Control will be side to side. Just using the scroll wheel. You can do this. You can either drag it down by that, or you can Control Shift left square bracket, and then bring it up with just Control right bracket, and you bring it up the layers. So let's create the beach ball pattern. I'm going to start over here and we're going to create the thing. So go back onto pen tool, change the colour to the orange, click there, click up there, click like a hold left click, then back down, and to the shape. We can now go onto the curvature pen, decrease the opacity, and then let's try and line it up. That looks good. It never has to be perfect, it's just a learning practice and you will get better at it in time. And just change that so you can just move it back. If you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe. Please comment down below if there's any like other liveries that you want me to try. As you can see, you're just going to struggle to make that livery, that swoop. So you can just make multiple shapes. It's fine. So you can just 100% fill that and put it down below shape 10. You're just going to have to create multiple shapes. You want to hide, make it 50% maybe. Actually hide that for now, and then we can create the bottom part. Actually, first we can create that curvature. No, negative, it's that way. Create that, just increase the size there. Then we can hide it. To make this part, we can just click here with a pen tool, right click, pen tool. Go here. Just hold shift and you can just create the thing. Then go into the curvature pen. Just decrease the opacity. And then you can try and line up the curve. There we go. Perfect. Increase the opacity. Bring it down. With shape 11. So we've now got shape 11 and shape 12 there. Increase the opacity. And you've now got your first strip. You can then make the red strip. You can hide these two layers and now make the red strip. As you said, you can make multiple layers, so it's fine. Go into the normal pen. Click here and click up there. We're just holding shift to make the straight lines. You can then change the fill colour to the red. Let's decrease the opacity so we can see what we're doing. That's a bit too high. There we go. You can then go into the curvature pen and create the curve. Just have to try and line it up with the layer. Doesn't have to be perfect, as you said. And then you can try and copy the layer. Just Control C that. I'm going to remove the anchor point actually for that. And then that looks okay. So you can just, for now, we're just going to make 2 layers, it's fine. You can just put that below. Just above the shape 11, but below that triangle, so we can just unhide that. Look, it's already looking quite good. So let's just hide shapes again and create the bottom part. Go back onto the pen tool, click, click, and now we can decrease the opacity. Let's increase the sorry again, and then follow the curve using the curvature pen. It doesn't have to be perfect, but there we are. So we can increase the opacity to above the orange shapes, and let's unhide all of them. You now have a completed pattern. Oh, look at that. Now we can make the stagecoach logo. You want to grab that logo again, Control C, Control V it over here. Control Shift right bracket or drag it up and bring it over here. I think we see that as a problem, as that's not the same, so how do we do it? Yep, that's true, we go into lasso or the rectangle select. Let's go on rectangle select. Go into move to, go down here and just make it a bit bigger. That should be fine. Doesn't have to be perfect, just go into rectangle select, left click again and unselect it. If you're liking this video, please like and subscribe, comment down below any videos, ideas I should do, and I hope you really enjoy this. We see that we've we've hidden a layer. Layer 9, the logo's been hid, so it's under there, so you just bring it up below, up there. There's no number, so you can just click the number, Control C, Control V it, and then move it. And drag it up to size. Perfect. That logo's done, and then now you can put your attention to over here. You want to make it easier for yourself, you can just click one of the shapes, then then you hold shift and then click the 4 ones, then Control C, Control V, you've copied it. Then edit, transform, flip horizontally, then click the middle, this middle square, and move it down. And you can line it up. That's about perfect. And then you just click. Oh, there's a problem there. You can see it, right? So the red isn't matching up. You can fix this by going onto the copy shaped. Right click. Just drag it up. Just make it look like it should fit. Maybe that's going a bit too steep. You can just change that. Just move it around. Perfect. If you don't like that, then you can just fidget around with it and to make it look perfect. So here, you can just copy the logo. Control C, Control V. It's about the same size. Move it down. But wait, it's on the other side. So how are we going to do this? We're going to lasso or rectangle select it. I'm going to lasso it this time. Just go around the beach ball, select tool, then move it. It's a bit bigger this time, so you're going to just move it and then just increase the size. You can, why it's increasing evenly is because I've got it linked, so you can just unlink it and it'll just stretches it, or you can make it, press the link button here and increase it. Okay, perfect. Click on rectangle, unselect, that's set. There's a couple of numbers or other details you can add, and I'll do them in another video if you're really liking this video. So you can just add a fleet number to the other places. It's like a orange one. You can just text. There you go. Then Control C, Control V. There we have it. We have a updated livery here. Export as PNG. Stage go video. You can go into CBM, press new, or you can just cancel. Bus fleet, buy a new bus. If you got it downloaded, it's there. Import, then search for the thing you just made, so Stagecoach video. In it goes, and then you've created your very own Stagecoach beach ball bus. I hope you've really enjoyed this video and you really liked it. You can always comment down below any suggestions of maybe like videos or what do you call it? Any videos or like liveries I should make a video for. Hope you're having a wonderful day and continue to have a wonderful day, and any comments will be lovely. Like and subscribe. Watch my other videos on Reading buses and other liveries. And enjoy the rest of your day. See you guys later. Bye bye.